Hello, everybody. This is the CT Sports Talent Show. My name is Chris Saunders. I'm pleased to have back on the show Coach Tim Shea from the Plainville, fear the fork, as they like to say. I know I put up the
Yep,
horns. I know the fork is a little different, but
a
it's
little different.
awesome to be able to have Coach on. Currently, right now, Plainville does have 2 wins. They are 2-3. They are on
Yeah.
the bye week. And,
Mhm.
you're being able to do, much better than last year, being 0
Yes.
getting a couple wins. Coach, I
Yes.
appreciate you coming on.
Anytime. You reached out and I'm your guy. So whatever you need.
Between you and Miller, who's at Post now, you
Yep.
guys have to get the award for giving the most time on the show for sure.
Whatever we gotta do.
But Shay, I want to be able to kind of just dig into this team a little bit because
Sure.
I had some of your young talents on who you gave me,
Yep.
some of your captains,
Yep.
and trust me, they did not forget the 0-10 season
Oh
from the
yeah.
time I talked to them before the interview
Right.
and then during, and
Right.
seeing
Right.
some of seeing some of the success early on.
Yep.
There's some kind of feedback as far as what's been through the first 5 weeks this
Well,
season.
well, I mean, the big thing is we are a little disappointed at where we're at, at 2-3, but it takes time. Learning how to win again takes time. It's that old coach's cliche. You got to play 48 minutes, and last week we did. We played 48 minutes last week, and we were successful in all three phases. I mean, there's still plenty of bumps in the road, but just getting over what happened, and trying to put that behind us, but not forget about it. You know what I mean? And it's that nothing to do with last year's group. You know what I mean? And then that's the hard part because there's still ties with a lot of those kids, and one that's nothing that they did. Is just sports. That's just what happened. And they went into the off season with a great mindset. Great preseason, great summer,
Mhm.
and boom, we thought we were ready to go. And then the first game, Town, pretty good team, returning team, a lot of guys back in, and we didn't start right. So it goes back to the playing a full game type deal. You got to be ready to go off the rip, and we
Mhm.
weren't. Then week two versus E.O. Smith, yeah, we were. We were played much better game, much better, and faded a little down the stretch, but we had just enough to hang on. The
Mhm.
team there too. I went to Bethel. Bethel, same boat we were in. You know what I mean? With the year before, and we played a great 40 minutes. Game's 48 minutes though. You know what I mean? Then yeah, we had pluses every week. Just me being the old battle axe. The minuses stick out. You know what I mean? That's just me being me. And I mean we had Bloomfield. Went out against Bloomfield. We took our shots, stood out there, did what we had to do. And got taken to us by a very good team. We had some successes though, and then we had a meeting the following day in the weight room. I gave the kids a day off just because of the scheduling. I was, hey, I'm going to open the weight room tomorrow. I want to see if you guys pass the test. They're all in the weight room. So I knew that switch flipped. And there's been a
Mhm.
different mindset now. In last week with Northwest, very well coached team. Coach Lenz does a great job up there. They had it scouted and schemed, but we had a different attitude going out there, and it showed. So we're hoping now to carry it over each
Mhm.
week. We got to get ready for Plainfield, a team we've never played before. I'm taking the ride out there Friday night so I can see them. Yeah, I'm crazy. But I'm going. I want to see the environment. I want to see what we're getting with them. And we got them next week. Our goal now is to want to know every week and just get better. Play that full game. Play that full game, and good things will happen to you.
I want to talk about the opening of the weight room because I think that's something that I know is, off of the Mafo side, right? You coached with Mafo. Obviously, he's huge into the weight room. The years
Yep.
that he was there, the last two specifically in 18 and 19, during the weightlifting competitions, I remember Woodland was always number one. And it's
Yeah.
coincidentally enough, a bunch of those kids played football. One
Yes.
correlates to another. The weight room does correlate to football. So when you saw the kids after that loss to Bloomfield and you opened up the weight room, you said, let me see if they passed the test. They all showed up. What did that tell you as a coach? What did that mean to you?
Well, I was like, good. I mean, they understand, and but the weight room stuff. Chris Aronson brought all that back in way back in 2002. We've kind of followed the same formula
Mhm.
ever since. I mean, weight room is not going to make you a great football player, but it's going to make good football players better. And the weight room teaches you a lot. You get instant feedback. You have goals. You're in there with your teammates. And bar don't lie, just like the camera don't lie. And And when the kids got in there that day, and I just looked at them, I says, "Good." Like, why you passed the test? You know, what
Mhm.
you're talking about? I said, "You're all here. You passed." And they're like, okay, okay. And then turn the music up, push some weight around, got a little sweat, got a little fired up, and boom, that was our day. And we're hoping to catapult that forward. Practice has been better now, and hopefully we're over that hump. But we'll find out each Friday night.
I want to go back really quick to the scrimmage that you had against Naugatuck because
Yep.
I was watching my Cowboys. They got manhandled against the Niners, physicality and all. But it was funny because when I was watching the Niners play, I was thinking about, again, not to compare high school to pros, but the way that
Yeah.
Naugatuck plays, they're
Yeah.
physical. The physical,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, the weight room and all that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you scrimmage against Naugatuck, did you notice anything different from this year's scrimmage to last year as far as maybe your
Yes.
team's
Yes.
physicality?
Like,
Talk to me about
we changed a lot of what we did. Like the last season, as a head coach, you got to go down in the winter and be like, okay, you got to answer some hard. You got to ask yourself some hard questions and give yourself some hard answers. And
Mhm.
we changed some things. We shuffled some things around, and we looked at what we had coming back, and we made a commitment to running the ball, and which is what we've been doing this year, run the ball. Whereas in the past, we were always let it rip, but now we changed it. Our hashtag this year is Roll Devils. Well, let's roll. Let's run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And we've been able to do that. Everybody we've played, we've been able to run the ball a little bit.
Mhm.
And we like to say we want to impose our will on people. And just keep. Eventually, you're going to break. Eventually, your opponent.
Mhm.
That's the old line coaching. And we've got some good sized backs. Marcus Kylie's a 200-pound bowling ball. Runs hard. He's strong. He's averaged over 100 a game. He's doing well. We have a young freshman, Xavier Harrison, who's a good mix-up kid.
Mhm.
Catches the ball well, does some different things. Our quarterback, Dom's proven he can run the ball, and our linemen up front are strong. A couple 500-pound squatters, and we're able to run the ball, which is good. Like old-fashioned run the ball, play great defense. You can do that.
Mhm.
You're going to be okay. I know everybody wants to see. Again, I'm guilty of throwing a ball over the field. Obviously, MJ Bekeza, Tanner Kingsley, hello, so I'm guilty of that as well. But this try says we're gonna run the ball,
Mhm.
and we're gonna run the ball. So and we're gonna, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna hang our hat on this year,
Mhm.
and take it week to week, day to day, week to week, game to game.
Well, like you said too, you being a former offensive linemen love to push people going forward. They don't like to go back, right?
No, no, no.
So,
You want to impose your will going forward. You want to dominate. That space in front. You want to gain
mhm.
ground. It's kind of like warfare. You want to gain ground. Expand your line of scrimmage. And
Mhm.
I know it sounds crazy because, well, it is a little bit, but old school old line guys, like my line coach in prep school played for the Redskins back in the heyday, back in the 80s, and it's, yeah, that's what got that mentality of, up front. It's hard nosed physical football.
Mhm.
It's not on there. And I told Bobby Wright, as a defensive guy, I said, man, a lot of stuff goes down in A gap. A lot of clean stuff, a lot of dirty stuff. Some nasty stuff happens in A gap, and you got to learn to deal with it because it's going to happen to you. And it's after the game, he goes, "You ain't lying." I said, "I know I ain't lying." A lot of stuff goes down in A gap, and it's something the linemen up front have embraced. They've
Mhm.
embraced their craft, and it's going to rub it off on the younger kids too.
Wright was a very fun kid to be able to talk to, and one thing too that he mentioned was the numbers and how high, right, as far as the program, the numbers continue to go up.
Yeah,
And he said that the community, obviously they buy into you, they love you. I mean, how could they not? But he said
I don't
the biggest thing was, man, and it was kudos to you that he said that kids want to come out and play. Like, how much does that mean to you as a coach when you hear that, especially from somebody who's playing for you currently?
Well, I'm happy. I got three good captains with Bobby, Shane, and Joe. And it's I'm glad our numbers are coming back out. We have a small senior class and with 7 kids. The 7 of them are great kids. They're all playing, they're all contributing.
Hmm.
But the lower levels, the last few years, we just haven't had a lot, and it sort of hurt a little bit, the growing pains. But
Hmm.
started out with about 30 freshmen. We got 22 right now. We got 15 sophomores. So the future is bright, in a great group of these younger kids. They're all enthusiastic. They're all in, which,
Mhm.
comes from our Pop Warner program a bit. So in the future is bright. We hope we get them to stick it out, and get a full off season. And a lot of it does come, you get people out, you got to win some games too, and we got to be successful in what we're doing at the upper levels for get
Mhm.
those kids out and have a good experience, which is something I think they're having right now.
I agree with you 100% as far as like the wins do. Obviously, winning at the end of the day is important. But I think to go back to the Pop Warner side, when you show your face and you are, very cordial and obviously you just being you, that's how you connect with the coaches there, right?
I,
And
I, I mean, I wish I was there more, but a lot of times when they play,
yeah.
we meet. I wish I can get out more. It's kind of like even watching our lower level stuff. I'm glad I can get out now to see some of our sub varsity team stuff on Saturdays with our when we get done with our film and lift stuff. I can go out and see
Mhm.
it. I wish I was more involved with that stuff, but I'm glad people
Mhm.
are also embracing. You're right. It is more than just X's and O's. Like we have the big community piece, and our big thing is we're trying to build better men. I'm hoping to send them out in the world better than how I got them, and the parents have been appreciative of that. As I am too. As a coach, it's good to hear and see when your alumni come back, or you hear these positive things, or me getting messages from the kids, or going out and seeing them play right now, go out and seeing them play in college right now. And so and we talk about some of those teams and get some of those kids around, so those kids now can put faces to pictures and faces to stories, and having some siblings. It's
Mhm.
coming back around. It just takes a little while longer with smaller schools because you're based on your enrollment, and what you get out is what you get out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it's I'm glad that there's interest in the program. It shows that we're doing the bigger picture right.
Coach, before I let you go, and it's awesome to be able to have you on to talk about the program and such. I know for yourself specifically, you kind of went through your own little procedure, and I know people kind of didn't recognize you as first because
Yeah,
of some of the weight you lost, but
yeah,
you still got the voice. Could you share
yeah,
that if you
yeah,
can a
yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the whole world knows I'm bigger. I was bigger and bigger, and I had to make some decisions as I was getting older, 49 years old, and there's a bunch of stuff I still want to do. So I went and had one of the bariatric procedures done, and true to form, it had to happen because I joked with my wife when we went into this, and I was like, it's going to either be at the start of the season or it's going to be Thanksgiving. We're somewhere, and it's a long process. It's been a hard process, but it's one I felt I had to do. I made the kids all aware of it. They were all fired up about it, happy about it too, and they've been supportive too. And even the families, because I was all apologetic. I'm away from my guys. I need to be around them. I need to do this, and they're like, no, take care of this, take care of that. So it's a long process, and it's one I'm not afraid to talk about, and something I had to do, and it's something, that's going to be with me, obviously, for the remainder. but it's a long process. I'm glad I got a good support system. My wife's excellent with this, and yeah, this is I guess this is the new me. I'm down 112 pounds, and please, this is not about me. It's about the program and the kids. Man, it's just being able to do some more stuff. So I'm a proponent of this going forward.
And one of the things you're doing too is getting to that 3-point stance to show them you can
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can get in between the trenches now a little bit,
Correct,
right?
correct. Yeah, I got a 3-point stance in the weight room last week, and people are looking at me like, I got the kids are like going like this. I was like, yeah, what's up?
I bet you they were like, wait, do you want to go against him? No. Oh, all right.
I was teasing the kids. I was like, I'm losing weight. I said, I'm getting down to my high school playing weight. And I looked at our tight end age, and I says, you better watch out next year. Because I'm under my playing weight now technically. So it's taking some getting used to, but it's hey, it is it's the choice I had to make, and I'm glad I did it.
Is there any chance I see video of you putting up some bench next year? Next
Oh no, I mean I was just allowed to start working out again, aside from just walking. I lifted on Sunday morning, and of course I texted thread guys, and I was like, well, I'm weak I'm weak. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
it's going to take time. It's going to take time, but I'm moving forward in the right steps.
It's awesome. And, congratulations on doing that because it takes a big kind of self-check of doing that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kudos to you, man. And it's awesome. Also, really quick, one more thing, because it just came to my head. Two things. One of them, Mafa, what he's done defensively with Naugatuck, because I've told you schematically, one of the
Oh,
smartest
yeah,
dudes I've ever seen. And
yeah.
also, too, what Clark has done at Derby, dude. I
Yep.
did the game a couple weeks ago against Wilby. What a job that he has done there. It's one of
Yeah.
those scenarios, dude, where don't look at the wins, look at
Right.
the numbers, and look at how much those kids love him, dude. It's just
Uh,
real quick.
yeah, with Jerry, I was in a similar situation, at Plainville, and even, you know, even at Woodland, like when Jerry got there, we had that great run. Then this cyclical things
Mhm.
changed, and we build that back up. And yeah, and I talked to Jerry about that stuff. Hey, you gotta be you, gotta be you, and things are gonna come. You get a lot of people to believe in you, or a lot of people the right mindset, the right frame of mind.
Mhm.
You know, things will happen. And yeah, my Mop's great. I love him. He was. I was a line coach, but then when I became the head coach at Woodland, I said, well, now you're the line coach. So, he's excellent at what he does, defensive mind as well, and it's we talk regularly about scheme and things
Yeah.
to do. And yeah, I'm glad he's got some success there. And yeah, he's a stubborn old line guy too. So he'll get it done. He'll be just fine.
It was so funny because when I went up to him after the Holy Cross game and I said, I've never seen a defense move pre-snap, post-snap like what I saw. And he
Yeah.
was like, thank you, sir, and shook my hand. And I was like, you're going to kill my hand.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got big mitts. He's got big mitts. Yeah, yeah.
But he's an awesome dude. Like, again, I remember when I first started, like, he was so good to me when I first started out with ATR
Yeah,
and I interviewed him. Very easily could have been like, who's this kid? Get away. He
yeah,
gave
yeah,
me
yeah.
the time I needed. Obviously, didn't give me much because, again, I remember the first thing he told
He,
me was,
he
I'm not
doesn't
giving
give
you
much.
anything, no bulletin board material. I love
Correct,
that.
correct,
And I
correct.
always tell him that. He
We're,
always laughs. Always does.
we're the same thing. We don't. It's like when my kids were on the pod with you. I was like,
Yep.
so, all right, gentlemen, he's going to ask you some questions. This is what you better say. Don't give anybody any ammo. No bulletin. Let sleeping dogs lie. We'll do our talking on game night, but
Mhm.
otherwise, say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. And they're like, okay.
I hope I don't ask too many hard hitting questions. It's typically about them, you
No,
know.
no, no, no. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But hey, dude, awesome stuff. Thanks so much for being able to come on.
Anytime, anytime.
Congratulations on what you've been able to get through and keep doing you,
Thank
man.
you,
Seriously.
thank you, thank you. Same to you.
Appreciate that. I'll wrap
All right.
things up here on the CT Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe. Remember, CT stands for Connecticut Talent. I'm a jury, find them all. Enjoy this day, everybody, and be well.